Okay. So, solutes from natural glitch I faced actually. These are the peak hours in India. It's by 7:30 in the IST, Indian Standard Time. So, so much rush at home. So there's so much network issues.
Don't worry.
During this time, so that's why I'm facing. So directly, I am coming on to the topic. I am Dr. Shubha Dwivedi, Associate Professor at University Meerut, India. I just already give my brief profile, as we all are aware that today we are celebrating the World Earth Day on 22nd of April, and today is also the Intellectual Property Right Day. So we are going to celebrate this also on 10th of May, and I will update all the information regarding that particular on the climatesavers.com in the event profile section. So, coming to the topic today that I want to share about the issues of fluoride, issues of fluorosis, which is an enduring challenge for the community. So, live and grow with green and preserve blue. We have to follow the path of green blue, and this is sustainability in actual frame. This is actually the frame which I have designed, and whenever I speak in any of the lectures, I just want to focus this is what we are going to achieve. That without gold, but we cannot live without the blue gold, that is the pure water. And if I am talking about the two major objectives in today's scenario, that is, the first one is the water crisis, and the second one is the clean water supply, which is the right of every individual to drink the clean water. So according to one of the statistics, if I come on to the statistics, it's near about 771 million people, that is a ratio 1:10, lack access of safe water, even don't have access to water for a toilet purpose. So near about 122 million people depend upon surface water to meet their basic needs. If I talk about some of the statistics of India, the NITI Aayog clearly states that India had just 4% of the world fresh water and 16% of the global population. This is quite a very surprising figure that how much community of particularly India, if I talk about the India, so they all are they have the lack of access of the fresh or pure water. 76 millions are without access to safe drinking water. 21% of countries' disease are water related, and this is actually the fluoride. This is the fluorosis, is the water related disease. So this particular fluoride, actually it comes from the there are basically two reasons for coming in coming fluoride into the groundwater, or that is, the first one is the environmental regions, that natural regions, that some of the there are so many of the rocks which have the component of the fluoride in their content, and some of the industrial operations are also responsible for the releasing of the fluoride directly into the stream. Though there are so many central so many agencies like environmental protection agencies are there, like if I talk about India, again the Central Pollution Control Board is there, which clearly state that how much percentage or how much concentration in milligram per liter of water, milligram per liter of fluoride is released into the wastewater, released into the stream directly into the wastewater, which has a problem of leaching, because this as India is a country in which most of the population resides on the river bank, so closely related, closely associated with, they directly dependent on the river water. And certainly if the water is contaminated in terms of the fluoride, in terms of the other heavy metals, in terms of the other contaminants like the cyanide, so this is quite quite a very alarming issues for the population residing near the bank of the rivers. So this is a graph which depicts the number of deaths occurred due to the consumption of unsafe water. fact check reality about the groundwater, the United Nations World Water Development Report 2016 projects that the world could face 40% global water deficit by 2030. And Niti Aayog of India clearly states that 40% of India's population will have no access to drinking water by 2030. So quite a resembling facts are there. By 2025, 2/3 of the global population will live under water-stressed condition. The global water crisis is urgent and requires innovation to identify, prioritize, and accelerate global solutions. The presence of water on this planet is the essential features that allow life, as we know, it come into the existence. So certainly there is going to be a shift in the water management paradigm. There is again some researcher clearly states about a new water paradigm, which is lies on the concept of the practical side of the solutions, which has some of the objectives like prevention of floods, drought and climate change, rainwater retention, plantation, restoration of damaged landscape, and change to the mindset. So these are some of the, again, I'm sharing some of the graph related with the, fluoride, presence of the fluoride in the natural stuffs, as I discussed also that as means the concentration of fluoride is very essential for the beneficial for our bone health, beneficial for our tooth health. Am I audible?
We lost you for a while, so please continue. Please share the slides and continue.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Again, I'm sharing.
Yeah.
The sources of fluoride, I already discussed about it. And this is the map of India. These red points clearly define the problem of fluoride in particular districts. And map detecting the standard permissible limit for fluoride contamination in drinking water in the world. And I'm just coming, yes, this is actually the point of interest of today's, talk. This stages of fluorosis in human being. So the concentration, when the concentration increase beyond the 1.0 milligram per liter, which is prescribed by the World Health Organization and certainly other agencies too. So this is actually the safe limit. If you are taking the fluoride in the limit, that is the 0.5 to 1.0 milligram per liter, then it is quite good. But when the concentration exceeds to 1.0 to 3.0 milligram per liter, then certainly chances of the dental fluorosis, and this particular disease is very much, particularly children affected very much by this dental fluorosis. And in this discoloration, mottling, and pitting of the teeth, these are some of the symptoms which occurs during this type of fluorosis. When the concentration again increase, if suppose that the concentration is between the 3.0 to 4.0 milligram per liter, then skeletal fluorosis there, stiffened and brittle bones and joint, and the symptoms are more, adverse, and the concentration is increased above the 4.0 to 6.0, and it might be associated with some of the other factors like the, thyroid problem is there, some of the crippling, some of the like Alzheimer's, Parkinson's. So research is also going on this type of disease, with how much how much fluoride affect these type of these type of diseases. So this is quite some of the images of the dental fluorosis and the skeletal fluorosis. And yes, there are so many technology, because if the problem is there, 100% solutions are also be there. So physical, chemical, and biological, 3 types of technologies are available. If I talk about the physical technologies, then certainly there are some of the, disadvantages with every type of technologies in terms of cost effectiveness, in terms of means like if you are taking some of the costly adsorbent for the removal of the fluoride, as the fluoride is the inorganic material, so it cannot be degraded degraded, it can absorb by some of the adsorbents. So this is the way in which the most of the researchers are working on. So as I am the bioenvironmental biotechnologist, so I just prefer, or in fact in my lab also I am doing work on the different types of bioadsorbent and using the bioadsorbent for the removal of the fluoride. And also the hybrid technology I'm also using by like the immobilization of the bacteria to the bioadsorbent surface. So it's quite a double, it's very effective procedure for the removal of the fluoride. Like if I talk about the results, so I personally received some of the 99% result during the when I use this as simultaneously adsorption and bio removal process, that is the SABA approach. So now this is again, I'm coming to some of the statistics which I have collected, and it is also presented in my review paper, that this data is from India. The number of affected habitations according to the 2016, 2017, then 2018, and this is the data from 2019. It is in around 20 million people were severely affected by fluorosis, and 40 millions are exposed to its risk. The number of people getting affected, the number of villages, blocks, districts, and states endemic of fluorosis, and have been steadily increasing ever since the disease was discovered in India during the 1930s. So about 62 million people in India suffer from dental, skeletal, and non-skeletal fluorosis. Out of these, 6 million are children below the age of 14 years. So the fluorosis is an endemic disease prevalent in 20 states data, which are in Andhra Pradesh, Haryana, Kerala, Punjab, Assam, Jammu and Kashmir, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Bihar, Jharkhand, Maharashtra, Uttar Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Karnataka, Odisha, and West Bengal. This data is from there. And according to this data available on 1st January 2019 on the official site of the Government of India, there are nearly more than 15 districts are affected severely, as shown in this pie chart. So the fluoride level of the drinking water in Uttar Pradesh ranged from 0.2 to 25 milligram per liter. 25 milligram. Do you think this is don't you think this is very high? Means it is very curse. It is curse for the people. It's not good sign for the people who are residing near the bank, as I earlier told. That maximum permissible limit is 0.5 to 1.0 milligram per liter, but the data which is the researchers which presented the data, like nearly about 25 milligram per liter of fluoride concentration have been reported in Uttar Pradesh state. So apparent variation in the prevalence of dental fluorosis can be attributed to the source of drinking water. In most part of the India, groundwater is affected by this fluoride. So now come to the problem that what are the different routes of metabolism. By if the fluoride fluoride intake. Yeah, some network glitches again there. Again, I lost. Only 2 to 3 slides are remaining now. I think, am I audible right now? Yeah. This is the comparison statistics, actually comparison between the removal of the fluoride study that only the adsorption as a procedure for the removal of the fluoride, then what percentage is how much percent of fluoride is removed. If we take certainly only the bio removal, means only we are taking the bio bacteria or algae, then what happened to this fluoride is how much percentage of fluoride. So there are so many researchers, they are working on this, and I focused on to again I have taken some of the dual objectives, means the first one is to remove remove the waste from the environment, and the second one is to come up with the solution of this fluoride problem. So again, I just focused onto the different waste material in terms of the lignocellulosic waste material. In terms of there are so many industries which are taking food juice industries, which are just wasting their pulp and wasting their fruit skin as a waste material. So I just take out that particular waste material, like of the citrus lametta, of some of the like ficus, people leaves are there, burger leaves are there. These are some of the Indian general name. So I take out all these type of waste material, lignocellulosic waste material, and used it as a potential removal of the fluoride, which gives a very very effective results in the removal of the fluoride. So again, I am just giving this, that fluoride is very much important in terms of limited amount of fluoride if you are taking. Again, one report from 22nd of March, the very recent report of United Kingdom, I go through with that the fluoridation is what they think, that the fluoridation is very much important in terms of providing the water to the children, to the society, for the benefit of their health. But in my opinion, if you are living in such type of states, in such type of country where already the fluoride concentration is available in the water, and the fluoride is again already present in different types of food stuff, so there is no need to take oral or you just do the oral ingestion or take oral the fluoride. So it's quite not a very much effective in that case. So with this slide, I just come up the conclusion that just like the corona, as all we are facing the very with very curseful pandemic, whole the world is facing that pandemic. So this is also, the fluorosis is also a very important disease, and we have to focus on to that, and we have to ensure that actually it is also clearly stated by the sustainable development goal that clean water and sanitation should be required and should be very necessary for the world population. And we are not just waiting for that this greenhouse gases, global climate changes, and so many things are there. Recently, I have given one lecture onto the condition of the Antarctica region. What's going there? Like Antarctica is a very large freshwater reservoir, and recently the temperature of Antarctica is reported minus 11 degrees Celsius. It is quite means the shift of temperature towards the increasing side. So it is again the question mark and the alarming situation for the whole world, that where we are going, what we are doing. So just we have to check out our what is the necessary. We have to differentiate between the necessity, we have to differentiate between the desire. So when there is a very thin line between the necessity and desire. So just we have to focus on to what is actually required. So in my opinion, the sustainability, sustainable life cycle, sustainable youth style is the key for today's and tomorrow's world. Then we have to be sustainable, we have to be utilize resources in such a way that it should be remain for our future generation. So with this note, I'm just ending my topic. I'm really sorry for a lot of inconvenience during due to the network glitch today I faced. Thank you so much, Global Sustainable Futures. Thank you so much, Climate Savers, for providing this global use platform for me. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Renuka, you're muted. You're muted.
Sorry,
we can't hear you.
Sorry, thank you very much. Thank you. Shubha, can you stop sharing the slide, please? Thank you. Thank you for your presentation. But though I do not want to be partial to anyone, I would like to just remind all the speakers to stick to their timing so that we can carry on our, presentations and like